नमस्ते दोस्तों, क्या आप रेडी हैं साइंस एग्जाम में टॉप करने के लिए? Well, if you are, hit that subscribe button right now. Today we're diving into one of the most important and honestly the most fun chapters in your science syllabus, electricity and magnetism.
Listen, we are not doing a boring lecture today. No way. We're turning your exam prep into a full-on science challenge. Think of me as your cool older sibling, here to make sure these concepts stick in your brain forever. So buckle up. We are going to play this like a game.
Level 1, quick fire, fill in the blanks. Get those answers ready in your head.
All right, first question. The solution used in a voltaic cell is called blank. Take a second to think about it. What do we call that liquid inside a cell that actually helps generate electricity? I'll give you a second.
Boom. The answer is electrolyte. If you guessed that, you are absolutely spot on. An electrolyte is essentially this magic liquid, usually a weak acid or a salt solution. When it reacts with the metal rods or electrodes inside the cell, it produces electricity. Pretty simple, right? Let's move to the next one. Okay, question number 2. The stakes are getting a little higher. A current-carrying coil behaves like a blank. When you take a simple wire, loop it into a coil, and pass an electric current through it, it suddenly gains this crazy new power. What does it become? The answer is a magnet, an electromagnet, to be super specific. This is literally one of the coolest miracles in physics. When electricity flows through a wire, it creates an invisible magnetic field right around it. And the second you turn off the current, poof, the magnetic power is totally gone. A brilliant scientist named Ørsted discovered this, and trust me, this is a massive snapshot to remember for your exam.
Level 2, true or false showdown. Test your facts. Let's see if you can handle these trickier ones.
चलो एक truth false test करते हैं. Here is the statement. Dry cells are less portable compared to voltaic cells. True or false? Well, think about it. A voltaic cell has a glass container and liquid electrolyte that can easily spill everywhere. On the flip side, the dry cell you pop into your TV remote uses a thick, moist paste. So this statement is completely false. Dry cells are way more portable because you don't have to worry about any liquid spilling out.
Next challenge. क्या एक सेल 2 cells से ज़्यादा powerful magnet बना सकता है? Imagine you just built an electromagnet. If you use one electric cell instead of 2, will it attract more ion clips? True or false?
And the answer is false again. It all comes down to pure logic. A single cell pushes less current, which means a weaker magnetic field. If you use more cells, a lot more current flows, and your magnet gets significantly more powerful. Oh, and here's a pro tip. If you wrap more turns of wire around your coil, that also makes the magnet way stronger. Definitely remember that trick for the exam.
दोस्तों अगर ये क्विज मजा आ रहा है तो जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब बटन दबाओ और अपने बेस्ट फ्रेंड को शेयर करो. Taking notes together is literally the best way to ace that science exam.
Level 3, MCQ Master. Real-world applications. Welcome back. Let's keep this energy going.
All right, our next question is a classic multiple choice. Nichrome wire is commonly used in electrical heating devices like your room heater or your toaster because it is a good conductor, generates more heat for a given current, is cheaper than copper, or is an insulator of electricity. Which option sounds like the winner here? The correct answer is it generates more heat for a given current. But why? It is because nichrome offers very high resistance. Resistance matlab electricity ke raste ke rukavat. When the electric current forcefully pushes through this barrier, it generates a ton of heat. It is exactly like rubbing your hands together really fast on a cold day. That friction creates heat. This brilliantly shows off the dual superpowers of electric current. On one hand, it can turn a simple coil of wire into a super strong magnet. That's the magnetic effect. And on the other hand, it can turn a nichrome wire into a red-hot heater, the heating effect. Electricity is basically doing double duty, which is pretty amazing.
Boss level, big questions, Q&A deep dive. This is it, the hardest level.
Let's break down the anatomy of a dry cell from your textbook. The internal structure is what's really fascinating here. From the outside, it just looks like a normal cylinder, right? But inside, there's a zinc container, which acts as the cell's negative terminal. Right smack in the center is a carbon rod topped with a metal cap. That's your positive terminal. And packed tightly between them is that thick, moist, paste-like electrolyte we talked about earlier. The chemical reactions happening between these very components are exactly what gives you portable electricity.
Now, here is a massive, fascinating question. Why does our own Earth behave like a giant magnet? Well, deep down inside the Earth's core, liquid iron is continuously swirling and moving around. This constant movement creates massive electric currents. And, as we've already learned, current creates a magnetic field. This invisible force field is so incredibly powerful that migratory birds and animals actually use it as a built-in natural compass to navigate across entire oceans and continents. How cool is that?
Final exam snapshots, quick revision. Time to lock these facts into your brain. Let's rapid fire through these to get you fully prepped. Snapshot 1, an electric current flowing through a wire creates a magnetic field. Snapshot 2, a current-carrying coil is an electromagnet, and you can easily make it stronger by adding more battery cells or more wire turns. Snapshot 3, current pushing through resistance creates the heating effect, which is perfect for everyday appliances. And Snapshot 4, a battery generates its current through chemical reactions between its electrodes and the electrolyte. As we wrap up this challenge, I want to leave you with one mind-bending thought to keep that curiosity alive. अगर एक normal wire को magnet बना सकती है, तो क्या एक moving magnet electricity बना सकता है? The answer to that question is literally the secret to how our entire modern world gets its power. Keep thinking about that as you study. Best of luck for your performance. जाने से पहले subscribe जरूर करना.